Hi, Taurus. Thank you for tuning in to your November reading. My name is Kaycee. We're going to start by pulling some oracle cards and see what messages we can get for guidance for November. See what messages we have from Spirit. What do we need to know? They're asking us to take responsibility for our actions, the good and the bad. Talking about forgiveness for ourselves and choosing love over fear. Bottom of the deck, and you never are alone. So this is some kind of reconciliation that you're having with yourself and another person that's in your life, whether they're physically present with you here now, or this is something that you are working with in regards to a lost relationship, whether they passed over or they're no longer physically in your energies. Okay, they've moved on in a different capacity. It's talking about forgiving yourself for your actions within that relationship, your thought process, whatever it is that you're struggling with. Forgive yourself first. Take responsibility for how you acted, what you knew at the time, how you know better now, how you would do better now if you were in that situation. And don't allow the fear of forgiveness to stop you. Expressing an apology based on how you think they're going to react, whether it's good or not. If you feel that you can't really apologize to this person, we can do it in other ways for the release of this energy, for the forgiveness to come in. We can pray about it. We can do a vigil. We can write it down in a journal. We can say it out loud. If there's someone that has passed on and you have regrets and you need to have some kind of closure for you to be able to forgive yourself, you can just speak the apology out loud, whether they're on the path over, they've passed over, or they're still here in the physical with no communication. There's a lot of different ways to release this from your energy and allow it to get into spirit, allow it to get into the universe for that healing that you're looking for, because this is really tough energy right now. You're trying to choose love over fear, you're trying to forgive yourself, and you need to take responsibilities for your actions. So this is something that you've been working on that's finally come to the surface for a complete release. So this is actually a good energy to be in, to release anything that has been playing around in your mind that you think that you need to kind of express an apology, either to yourself or to someone else. And this is really good energy to be in. Excuse me. So when you do end up completing this part of your journey, you will not have this energy wandering around with you everywhere you go. You're going to get past this regret or this situation that has been following you. It can be recent or it can go way back. Okay. It doesn't really matter, because those emotions and that energy is stuck with you. So this is where we're going to release it. So Spirit is trying to tell you that it's time. Oh, we have some grief cards coming in. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And then we have envy coming in. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So know that Spirit is saying your individuality and the way you handle certain things, what your morals are completely different from everyone else. And you hold yourself to a different standard than other people hold themselves to. And as we grieve the loss of something, and we find that someone else has that, whether you've lost a spouse and you're around people that are still happily married, and that part really eats you up inside, you have to allow that energy you have to be present in that energy, acknowledge that energy, and release that energy, because that's not energy we want to stay in. If we are having a grief over a loss of a job, a loss of a family member, we need to know that that's normal grieving process and we're allowed to go through it. And we do need to forgive ourselves for when we're going through that and we feel like we need to be someplace different. And that's not how that works. We have to be present in that energy. The trick is not to stay in that energy. It's to acknowledge it, learn what we need to learn from it, and then release it. We don't want to keep that energy with us. We also have gratitude at the bottom of the deck, and it says, I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So we have to be grateful for the good and grateful for the bad journeys that we do encounter. When we're in a tough energy and it's everything is just coming at us in all different directions, whether we're trying to forgive ourselves, forgive others, we're stumbling along and we're not very secure on our feet. Be grateful for every moment. Be grateful for the journey, because you will come out of this stronger and wiser, so that the new opportunities are easier for you because you've learned the lesson of this. And when we learn how to forgive ourselves, either in a relationship that is physically present or has already passed on, it's so relieving knowing that spirit on the other side does not hold any judgment. It's us that are working through the grief, working through the separation. Know that if something was taken from you, say a job loss or a home or something along those lines, know that that's a temporary situation that can be rectified. We can grieve the moment of the job loss or the home loss, but then we will have to build ourselves back up again, not through envy of people that are not struggling in that area, but being present, knowing that you're going to make this a lot firmer and solid for yourself, and learning from certain mistakes or missteps that we might have had in the past. We don't want to be in an envy and energy and envy those that are not in the same struggle we are, because there's plenty of people around us, if we look hard enough, that are in the same boat we are in dealing with the same stuff. Sometimes the people around us are not, but there are people that are dealing with the same crap you are right now and struggling in the same areas. And just know that we can rise above this energy so that the blessings come in. This is just part of the learning journey. This is a lesson, not a life sentence. Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. So when we're in a low-lying energy, that love energy doesn't have any place to sit within us, because we're full of other energy that needs to be released. So we need to let it go, be present in the moment, let it go, so that the love energy can come in from spirit in the universe. And that's where our blessings are. That's what we need to raise our vibration to. And this also indicates self-love. We need to love ourselves as well. We need to forgive ourselves for stuff that we did. We need to know that we are human and we are going to make mistakes. Even though we hold ourselves to a higher standard than we hold other people to, it's okay that we do falter, because we're going to pick ourselves back up, brush ourselves off, and go back out there and get it. Okay, we're going to try another day. We're not going to let this defeat us. Okay, we're coming in with the first light, and this is new opportunities, beginning a new cycle, allowing ourselves to breathe again, allowing that love to come in, allowing ourselves to be inspired. Things are going to change. Once you get rid of this energy that no longer serves you, the changes come in. And sometimes when this comes in little bits at a time, okay, and we brush it off, we deal with it a little bit, it's not completely released until we really look in the mirror, deal with what we have to deal with, and finally let it go. One big push, guys. Get it out of your psyche, get it out of your mind. Don't worry about it anymore. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and choose that love energy over the fear. Fear is holding us back from really pursuing the things that we want to do. Taking shelter talks about the answers are within. You are very psychic. You are very connected, whether you are embracing that part of yourself or not. That is part of your journey, to know that you have the answers within. You don't have to look elsewhere for the answers. You know what it is that you need to do if you quiet your mind and you allow that energy, that fear energy, to release. And I know how difficult it is to be in a certain mindset and to allow that energy to actually leave, for fear of what's going to replace it. We're always like, oh my gosh, it could be worse. Well, we don't want to challenge the universe with what could be worse. You know, the situation is bad enough at hand. So they want us to deal with this situation and not worry about what's around the corner, but expect those blessings. Put those blessings out there, manifest those blessings, speak those blessings into existence. Know that you're protected and loved, and you have the ability to overcome whatever obstacles come in your way. And right now, the obstacle, and sometimes we do this to ourselves, we are our own obstacle. We need to release energies that don't work for us. We don't want to hang on to fear, resentment, grief, regret. All that stuff needs to go. Okay. It's complicated. Absolutely. That's why it's been around for so long. It's intertwined with a lot of different emotions in people, dealing with their emotions in regards to this situation. It's like a can of worms. You know, there's a lot of moving parts within this. It just doesn't affect you. It affects a lot of different people. So you have to like kind of be careful of, or and respectful of these other people that are in the situation with you, because they're on different levels within this. So you just worry about you. You take responsibility for your actions and allow that to be forgiven and released. Whether anyone else is working on that, that's their journey. You can only guide them the best you can. The loyalty that you have for the people around you is above measure. You need to focus on that loyalty within yourself. And you need to put yourself first. It is very complicated. This is like a family situation intertwined within a job slash boss situation in regards to, you know, something you've put a lot of time and effort into. But the loyalty that you have given it was above measure. Okay, well, then we had some deceit going on. This can be a couple different things. This is you deceiving yourself in regards to the situation, or possibly your part in the situation. And this is where it's coming up, where we just become enlightened that, oh, I had a big hand in this. I shouldn't have gone down this direction. I shouldn't have confided in this person. You know, there's a lot of different ways that this can pan out, but the deceit energy needs to go. Okay. Take responsibility for your actions of all. And if, you know, if you did, you know, stir the shit pot and now you have regret over it, this is where we need to release that, forgive yourself and move on. Because we all play positive and negative roles in our lives, and sometimes we lose our temper and we're not the most calm person when stuff hits the fan. We're coming in with invisible. Interesting. And we also are coming in with risk. Bottom of the deck is understanding. If someone has done something to you and you reacted in a way that's not your normal way, that they just triggered you, pushed a button, and then bam, you kind of let everything hang out. Know that it's a freeing energy, even though in the midst of it, there's grief, anger, fear, envy, there's all that kind of stuff, okay? But they're saying, hey, once you get past that, there will be opportunities. There will be positive risks that you can take. There'll be positivity coming back in to fill in the void of all this stuff that you're letting go. Know that you are not invisible. People see you. People admire you. You're not as invisible as you think you are. So know that there are others, souls that are relying on you to take this risk, to begin this new cycle, because your energy perpetuates the energies around them. So they can only benefit from the new blessings coming in from you just by being in your presence. You don't have to give away your power, which is where I feel that you might have in the past. You were giving yourself away in regards to your loyalty to the complicated situation, and you were not holding yourself as stable as you wanted to. Things were out of control. And so reactions on all sides were more emotional versus mental and firm. Okay, you were working from the heart, you were speaking from your emotions, and they were doing the same. So with this, there became a lot of heavy energy that caused fear, caused anxiety, caused us to react in ways that we normally wouldn't. Again, we're human, we're gonna mess up. Okay, it is what it is. You know, if everything was perfect, we wouldn't be learning from any of our journeys, right? So we're learning something about ourselves every single day. Don't hold yourself, you know, so harshly in some of the things that you've done. You know, your loyalty to this person, place, or thing, and a deceit comes up and you react, you know, it is what it is. Even if you hold yourself to a higher level of understanding, and, you know, and that's the thing too. So when you're elevated to that higher level of understanding, when you can usually see through certain situations, and you usually react a particular way that is best for all involved, and something triggers you and you react on their level, you kind of kick yourself in the pants and be like, why did I do that? Why did I speak to them that way? You know, knowing that that was just the trigger that they wanted, that you kind of fell into being baited because of your emotions. You know, a lot of this is usually when it's a family situation and they know how to place their triggers, right? Where you're going to get into that receptive energy and you're going to fight back. But we always have to rise above those situations. You know, sometimes people in our families or our co-workers or people close to us that know us pretty well will purposely push our triggers to get a reaction. Here we come in with the Queen of Wands, being very, very set, being very, very calm, being very, very focused on what it is that needs to be done, and having that inspiration to do so, being that leader, being that fiery leader. Taking your emotions out of it with the King of Cups in reverse. You focus on the bigger thing at hand. You focus on what is coming at you, and you leave your emotions home. You don't allow them to trigger you emotionally. Okay, decision's already made. Okay, Two of Swords in reverse, it's already made. So there's no going back on the decision at this point. It is what it is. We're just going to move forward. It's already been done. And the decision was taken out of your hands. Ooh, but when it does, you get a new blessing coming in, a new stable relationship, a new stable job, something better comes in. So as soon as this decision is made, you get a new offer coming in that you're really going to enjoy having. Coming out of the cold, as knowing that this too shall pass. The Five of Pentacles is when we feel like we're being ousted, okay? And while we're ousted, while this information came to light, when this deceit came to light, the decision was already made, okay? So when we feel that energy that we weren't given all the information, that's our time to stay on the outskirts of the energy, and we no longer want to participate in that. Okay, so we also need to forgive ourselves from being triggered and go after what we want to go after. Don't allow this energy to stop us from the joy that's supposed to be at our fingertips, the joy that we are looking for, that stability that we're looking for. This is just a blip on the map of life. It's time to brush it off and let it go. Taurus, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I hope the message helps. I would love to hear from you guys, see what kind of energies are around you right now. We can pull some more cards if you like. Get specific. If you want to give me a topic for the tarot rant, I'll be happy to pull some cards for that. I would love to have you guys back real soon, so please like and subscribe. Take care.